As mega ship enthusiasts, we weren't exactly sure what to expect when we boarded the largest sailing vessel, Windstar Cruises Wind Surf, for a 7-night Caribbean celebration cruise. Well, we've just returned and we have a lot to report. I'm DB from EatSleepCruise.com, and here is our Windstar Cruises Wind Surf Cruise Review. The largest Windstar Cruises ship in the fleet, Wind Surf holds slightly over 300 passengers in 155 staterooms. Cruising on a ship of this size was a great departure for us. Being on a more intimate vessel certainly had some perks. We were both acclimated to the ship within hours of boarding. The public venues, focused on Deck 4, are in close proximity to one another. With a total of 6 decks, there's plenty of outdoor space that you can enjoy. While a rather simple layout, you can easily find nooks and crannies of the ship to call your own. There's still a gym, a spa, and the line's signature marina. During our 7-day voyage, we rarely encountered any lines or wait times. No matter the time of day, there seemed to be always enough seating for popular events and meals. Cruising on a vessel of this size is certainly an adjustment for us megaship fans, but getting to visit the unique islands that larger ships can't was worth the trade-off. This 7-night Caribbean Celebrations cruise had no sea days. Originating from St. Martin, we were lucky to secure a direct flight from Boston, Massachusetts that landed early in the afternoon. With transfers arranged by the cruise line, we were taxied to the ship, which was docked next to the other vessels in port for the day. From St. Martin, we ventured to other lesser visited islands, including several British Virgin Islands. In both Antigua and Tortola, we completed island tours to see some of the destination's most significant landmarks. In Antigua, we visited the popular vantage point Shirley Heights and spent an hour exploring Nelson's Dockyard. In Tortola, our tour included a scenic drive around the island and a quick stop at the Callowwood Rum Distillery, as well as a beach break at Cane Garden Bay Beach. Being the only cruise ship still stopping in Barbuda, we had the island all to ourselves. We were able to see the island's main city, Coddington, while also exploring the Frigate Bird Sanctuary. Even though the natural mangroves were partially destroyed by the hurricanes, it was still great to see thousands of these majestic birds and to learn more about this rare species. We're glad to see the island is slowly bouncing back from all the devastation in 2017. The lesser visited islands of Norman Island and Joyce Van Dyke were perfect for beach breaks. Cruisers on larger ships can access the White Bay Beach in Joyce Van Dyke from Tortola. It's home to the famous Soggy Dollar Bar. Legend has it that the popular drink The Painkiller was first crafted at this location. Cruisers can also access Norman Island for some snorkeling via an excursion from Tortola. During our stop at Virgin Gorda, the cruise line secured a section of the coastline at Fisher's Cove for an exclusive beach party and barbecue. This is another signature Windstar event that occurs every cruise and is a nice alternative to stopping at a cruise line's private island. Finally, our last stop was St. Bart's. We should have booked a daytime excursion, but instead, we just walked around the port for a little while and headed back to the ship. We loved our evening sunset catamaran cruise excursion though. The weather was beautiful and the sunset was gorgeous. The entire experience, complete with snacks and a champagne toast, made the sail even more special. As we mentioned, the ship has a total of 6 decks, with decks 4, 5, and 6 offering outdoor areas. Like many cruise ships, there's a small pool and 2 whirlpools, 3 outdoor bars, and an outdoor dining area. There's also plenty of rail space with loungers and tables strategically located on both port and starboard sides of the ship. Given the small nature of the vessel, the percentage of outdoor space is actually quite impressive. And there was never an issue finding a place to relax or soak up some sun. You are able to circle the entire ship on Deck 5, walking right past and into the bridge. That's right, Windstar Cruises has an open bridge policy, which means you can stop in and say hi to the captain and view the navigational systems while at sea. This is a pretty cool feature for those cruise nerds in all of us. On a small luxury line, you would expect exceptional service. Luckily, Wind Surf truly delivered with personal and friendly service. After only a day or two, the staff will know your name, and more importantly, your preferred beverage at the bar. Throughout the ship, The crew always had a smile on their faces and seemed genuinely happy. While I do not have a dedicated dining staff, as Wind Surf has an open seating at restaurants, the service we received during meals was usually stellar. Our room attendant, Nailu, did a wonderful job taking care of our cabin over the course of the week. Cruising with Windstar Cruises is really about the destinations. With a new port of call each day, sometimes even 2 ports of call in a day, the voyage is truly about the onshore experiences. With that being said, there were virtually no organized activities during the day. There were none of the typical cruise activities like trivia or bingo. There were only a few scheduled events like fitness classes, galley tours, and wine or rum tastings. So, we suggest taking a book or your Kindle to keep you occupied while on the ship. Exclusive to Windstar Cruises is the marina. Located on Deck 2 behind the spa, this water sports platform is open most days pending sea conditions. Here, you can jump off the back of the ship, take out a kayak, snorkel, jump on the water trampoline, or even wakeboard. If you're feeling adventurous, we suggest you definitely check out the marina on Wind Surf. At night, there are a few entertainment options. Every evening, James, the destination manager, hosted a port talk. Many evenings, there was also special sail-away events with past drinks and appetizers. After dinner, the lounge and Compass Rose featured music from 2 musical acts, including theme nights like Latin Night, Beatles Night, and Rock and Roll Night. If you're looking for a cruise with a structured nightlife, this is certainly not for you. We did miss having something to do on the evenings, but we could usually be found bouncing around the open venues with the rest of the late night crowd. We did enjoy the crew talent show, which occurred one evening of the cruise. Overall, the food on Wind Surf was on par with what we've come to expect from cruise ship dining. There were small bites available at the yacht club for breakfast and lunch, but those did not change much. The veranda on Deck 6 was a hybrid casual restaurant buffet for breakfast and lunch. We enjoyed our meals here and found the food quality to be better than a typical buffet on other larger ships. The food selections here were limited, but they did change every day. You could help yourself to hot or cold buffet items or order off a menu. For dinner, the Amphora restaurant was the main dining room with a different menu each night. Open from 7 to 9 p.m., the venue had an open seating arrangement with no set table assignments or reservations required. The food here was pretty typical of cruise ships. Likewise, there was also your traditional lobster night one evening of the cruise. On another night, Wind Surf offers the line's signature barbecue deck party. This is some of the best food on the entire trip, with a wide selection of premium options like seafood paella, grilled lobster tail, and even a roasted pig. It was a great event and certainly a dining experience that sets Windstar Cruises apart from contemporary cruise lines. In addition to the MDR, there are 2 specialty restaurants. Both of these restaurants require reservations. Unlike contemporary cruise lines, these venues are included in the price of your cruise fare with no cover charge. Stella Bistro is the French-inspired specialty restaurant, while Candles is an outdoor steakhouse. Candles was our favorite of the 2 specialty restaurants. We could have easily completed our typical drink around the ship in a day on Wind Surf, but don't worry, we didn't try. All bars serve the same signature menu with a variety of cocktail options. There were also a few themed events like a whiskey and martini night. Located near the pool bar was open daily from 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. The lounge on Deck 4 is the hub of entertainment for pre-dinner and post-dinner action. A live band played here most evenings till about 11:30. On Deck 5, the Compass Rose was an indoor-outdoor venue, which opened in the mornings by 9:30 and stayed open usually close to midnight. Offering great views and live music at night, this is one of the happening places on the ship. There was also the terrace bar and a cigar lounge located on Deck 6 that was open most nights. We stayed in cabin 252, an AX Deluxe category stateroom. While the room was quite large in comparison to most cruise ships, it certainly showed signs of wear and tear. The ship is due for a 4-week dry dock in a few months. Along with changes to some public venues, we hope the staterooms get some tidying up as well. The decor in our stateroom was dated and tired, with the carpet and fixtures showing their age. For a luxury cruise ship, we would expect more stylish and high-end furnishings. Granted, we did not spend much time in the room, but it did not live up to our expectations. During a Q&A session, the president of the cruise line did hint at advancements coming down the line for the brand as a whole. Sailing on a luxury yacht offered us the opportunity to spend several hours exploring ports of call that we usually do not get to visit. With a very visible set of officers and a crew-to-guest ratio of 1 to 1.5, we certainly felt pampered during this trip. There were also enough familiar cruise elements and venues that we did not feel completely out of place on this smaller vessel. For those of you who have never cruised before, this ship will introduce you to the elements of cruising that we love. If you're concerned about sailing on the monsters, which is what Windstar affectionately calls larger ships, these smaller yachts enable you to get closer to your destinations of interest while still experiencing a cruise vacation. Wind Surf is entering a dry dock next month to undergo some maintenance, cleanup, and updates. The ship could certainly use some cosmetic work in the public venues and staterooms. She has a familiar layout and a dedicated staff, so with some touch-ups and a few more entertainment options, we would consider sailing on this vessel in the near future. The overall experience was engaging, relaxing, and enlightening. Visiting Barbuda and speaking with the locals gave us a new perspective on life in the Caribbean after the devastating hurricanes in 2017. So there you have it, our Windstar Cruises Wind Surf review. But of course, we'd love to hear from you. Drop us a comment below to let us know about your experiences sailing with this cruise line. I'm DB from eatsleepcruise.com, and if you enjoyed this video, we'd appreciate it if you gave it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. That way you get updated whenever we put out brand new videos. You can also find us all over social media at Eat Sleep Cruise, and thanks again for watching.